Hey everyone, welcome to Jersey Corner. I'm Casey Bryant. To open up Season 2, we're looking at a classic, the home jerseys of the Montreal Expos. Montreal may have been a notoriously underwhelming franchise, but I will say this, they had some of the best jerseys in Major League Baseball. These are the perfect examples of how to make something simple yet unique. The Montreal Expos were founded in 1969, where their inaugural jerseys were plain white with the swirly M. They had all blue lettering, and instead of stripes on the shoulders, they had stripes going around the sleeves. One of the most important facets of a baseball jersey is making sure that your logo for the hat is good. Some teams get it right, some teams don't. Montreal absolutely nailed it from the design to the color scheme. It's something that shouldn't be taken for granted, having a good logo for your hat. Not all teams get it right. Take, for example, the crappy 90s Brewers alternates, or the California Angels halo hat, or that time in 1914 the Boston Braves wanted to put a good luck charm on their hat, and they came up with Oh, thank God. I mean, can you imagine a Boston baseball team struggling with race relations? Anyway, what was I talking about? Right, the Expos. So the colors are rouge, blue, and blanc. I'm a sucker for when cities coordinate their color schemes between sports, so I give the Expos a lot of credits for matching the color scheme of the Montreal Canadiens, the winningest franchise in NHL history. The swirly M on its own is aesthetically pleasing and unique and recognizable, but when you factor in that it actually spells out with the colors MEB, Montreal Expos Baseball, it's a really clever touch. There really aren't a whole lot of drastic changes to talk about in the Montreal Expos jersey history. In 1978, they added names to the back of their jerseys, and the numbers on the front were switched from blue to red. In 1980, they added shoulder stripes to both the home and away kits, adding a flare of color to an otherwise simplistic design. Their road jerseys were the same design, but baby blue. Baby blue was to the 70s and 80s what purple and teal were to the 90s. Seemingly everyone was using them on their jerseys, from the Braves to the Brewers to the Cardinals to the Royals. It worked for some teams better than others, and it took a while for the Expos to truly perfect it. For the first 10 years, all of their numbers were blue, blending into the base. Not that being able to pick out players by their number on the fly is as important in baseball as it is in, say, football or basketball or hockey where play is continuous, but it still just looked wrong. By 1980, all of the numbers were changed to red, which looked 1,000% better. Some retro baseball hats have white on the front, which for the Expos works superbly well. There's just something about the shades of red and blue they've got. It all looks really bright. The shade of white that they use, it just looks like it pops more, which is silly because white is white, right?
These walls, they used to be like white, like an asylum, so I wanted it to be softer, so I had it painted in eggshell white.
Guess what? White and eggshell white are exactly the same color.
It should be noted that the Montreal Expos also had a short-lived Canadian AAA affiliate, the Winnipeg Whips, which used a nearly identical jersey design. If you can get your hands on one of these jerseys from Ebbetsfield Flannels, then you could totally run the sports hipster scene in Winnipeg, Canada. If that's even a scene worth running. I don't know, it's a better throwback than the Boston Braves. The biggest change came in 1992 when the Expos switched to pinstripe homes and traditional road grays. The swirly M was ditched for a typical script spelling of the team name and city, but the worst part about it was that their hats just went to all blue, which looked very bland. It's not even like the update was bad per se, it was just simply forgettable, especially when you consider that their division rivals, the Mets, Cubs, and Phillies, all had pinstripes at the time. Then you had the Marlins come into the league with pinstripes in 1994, so did the Rockies, the Pirates added pinstripes to their road jerseys, the Padres, the Reds, the Astros, enough with the pinstripes already! And that's just in the National League. I could keep going in the American League. You know, with the team that actually popularized pinstripes? Anyway, to these in particular, what more is there to say? I'm actually kind of disappointed that the Washington Nationals haven't incorporated blue in their jerseys the same way. I mean, it's not like these colors are distinctly Canadian. They are red, white, and blue, you know. Instead, the Nats darkened it to more of a navy and made red their dominant color. Again, I give them credit for matching the Capitals and the Wizards and to a certain extent their football team, but I don't know, I just think there's a little more room for creativity, especially with their alternate jerseys. Let's use the MLB Players Weekend jerseys as an example, the most basic display of color combinations at work. And yeah, there are only so many colors on the spectrum, but these look exactly the same as the Red Sox, the Indians, the Angels, the Braves, the Cardinals, and the Twins. And as for the text, I don't even know what that is. But that's beside the point, because these are gorgeous. The colors are sharp, the layout is simple but effective. I have no complaints here. I'm giving these an 8.7 out of 10. Every jersey has a story. If you have a jersey you want to see me review, tweet at CaseyBryant51. Subscribe to my channel, like, comment, subscribe, share. I don't know, do whatever it is you do on the interwebs. That's it for Jersey Corner. Viva the Expos. Here's to year 2. Alright, first episode of season 2 down. Always nice to start on a high note. So what should we do next? No, not yet. What? Oh, God.